So what do you make of this combination that Bieber allegedly now had?
Well, the police recognized that he was intoxicated far beyond the alcohol levels they measured, so they found the cannabis and the Xanax. And my concern is that there's sort of a recklessness to the combination of medicines here. So
what does it do? I mean, if you have Xanax and marijuana, a small amount
they're all kind of downers, and so they make you altered, obviously. You have a central nervous system depressant.
The thing is, I mean, and again, I don't know when you see, okay, this is a 19-year-old, more money than anyone can probably imagine. Is this just what a 19-year-old does, the growing pains of anybody, and it's just happening in the public eye, or is this something more?
Right, that's the big question. And I don't know, to be true. I mean, is it not just in the public eye with power and money, but also didn't develop normally. It didn't have the usual high school experience.
And has been working and earning money for all those around him for years and years.
And my greatest fear for him, whether this is just a psychological problem or a medical problem, an addiction problem or something else, is that he's going to get special care. When celebrities get special care,
you're talking like a Conrad Murray.
You end up with a Conrad Murray situation. They travel with them. They boundaries aren't properly maintained. If he needs treatment, and again we don't know, but let's say this is addiction, he needs treatment. He needs to not work. He needs to focus on his treatment. He needs to get good standard care, not special care.
I'm all for very conservative doctors. You have to go to.
Yes, that's we do it that way for a reason because that's how it works.
I think those things are good.
They are good. That's especially for an addict who has trouble containing and trouble with these things. You need.
I don't want a doctor who's going out to the disco with the patient. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
It is not a good idea. Right. I'm glad you see that. But moreover, for somebody with psychiatric problems, it's an especially bad idea because, for instance, addicts cannot maintain dual relationships. You can't be somebody's doctor and friend. That becomes immediately a problem, and it ill serves the patient. You end up with a dead patient like our friend Michael Jackson.
Right.
One thing I would say, I don't like people taking aim at the parents. So you just create more victims in all of this. I'm sure they know there's trouble. I'm sure they're concerned. His mom has had substance and depression and gets what's going on here. Believe me, when it comes to the treatment of an adult child for substances, you don't have a lot of resources.
It's weird, though, because this is a kid who, years ago, I mean, I remember I've interviewed his mom, his grandfather used to travel with him. It always seemed like he was like this responsible young kid, and then all of a sudden, turns 18, 19, and then all this stuff starts to happen. Part of me thinks this is just, you've been working for your entire childhood, essentially. This is bound to happen.
Could be. Or you could say, well, 18 to 25 is the window when major psychiatric problems start to manifest. Maybe there's something more going on here. The real serious question is, will he get the proper treatment if indeed something is going on? Or is this guy just need to be yanked in? The fact that he's going to Toronto and doing what he needs to do to clean up his side of the street, so to speak, I think is a good sign.
Right.
The fact that he's taking they've been arrested for what he did in Toronto,
right.
That's being responsible. Let's see if this is the beginning of a good trend.